Well on guys, welcome back to another wonderful episode of the Bourbon Jamaican. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share. With this lineup, please tell us your thoughts if you've had them, if you've tried them. And of course, you got Dropping Nukes, Brady the Great, and yours truly. But without further ado, let's jump into it.
So we're going to be blinding three finished Maker's Marks. So all the way on the left we have the BEP, which is last year's wood finishing series. It was supposed to be the final one of that chapter, so now we started the new chapter this year with the heart in the middle. And then on the end we have Maker's 46 cask strength, which is the shelfer out of these three. The BEP is still somewhat available. It's still sitting in some places. The heart is starting to hit shelves. And that 46 is regularly available. So I thought it'd be interesting to blind the three. They're all between 110 and 112 proof. The 46 cask strength is about 60, and the other two are $80.
Maker's Mark has been stepping their game up here as of lately. You know, normally you just get your regular Makers and that's it, but since they started the wood finish and the BEPs and those ones, I think they've came out with a bunch of good stuff. The French oak is also one of my faves, but now with the cask strength, that means the proof's a little bit
instead of 90, it's 110.
So I'm curious to see what that one's like.
These have been airing out for an hour. The heart release was a fresh crack, so I'm ready to get into these.
All right. So we're starting from our left to right. Are they? Well, I guess they're blind, so they're not in order. But let the mystery begin.
They get real dark.
They're very
darkness.
Brown sugar. It's almost like a little maple.
Yeah, I got the maple on this one for sure.
Vanilla.
I didn't know if I wanted to say vanilla or maple, but I didn't get the vanilla. I think it's more maple. It smells really sweet.
Wow. That one is like, it's intense. I think it's got a lot of flavor.
That oak kick right at the end.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's intense, but it goes away quickly.
Yeah.
It's like it hits you with a flavor bomb and then boom, it's gone.
Yeah.
The oak sits. I think that's that oak, that bitter kind of oak that still sits on the back of my tongue.
Yeah, I'm still tasting the oak. I like how it transitions. How it starts sweet, gets a little oaky, maybe a little bit fruity, and then I get that oaky finish. It's I don't know. I think this is the one I've not had before. I don't recognize this.
This one has a lot more brown sugar. Glass 2.
Going back to glass 1, I got fruit on the front end this time.
That's what I got from the beginning, a dark fruit.
Yeah, it's almost like a cherry.
Cherry plum.
Yeah.
It's kind of what was in my, like a plum initially went to my mind, but which is weird because I don't eat a lot of plums, just for you people out there.
And then it kind of went into like a chocolate and a vanilla for me. I didn't get the oak nearly as much, and I didn't get any maple at all that second sip.
Yeah, I didn't get any maple on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, glass 2 has a lot more viscosity.
Glass 2 to me is just like vanilla extract on the nose.
Wait till you get the sip. It's gonna get like 10 different.
See, I get more fruit notes on the nose than I do actually than the vanilla.
They're tricky because the note is different than the taste, which is surprising. Because normally you'll actually kind of can pinpoint just right off the bat, but smelling it,
I get fruitiness.
Yeah.
Huh. Glass 2 to me, on the palate, it's like a marshmallow. Toasted marshmallow. Maybe a little bit of graham cracker, and then I get a ton of vanilla. Like a lot of vanilla.
That sounds like the mixture is toasted. It's almost similar.
Well, it's not spicy at all.
Without the spice, but that's what. But I don't get it. I'm still getting like real. This one has a lot of brown sugar.
Starting to get a little bit of butterscotch the second sip. But but it's really sugary. I mean, that thing is like a dessert.
But I'm curious to see, like, in the light, you would think, like, in the bottle, the one in the middle and the cask strength is pretty dark, but in the glass, they're about the same.
Yeah, the BEP is clearly the lightest in the bottle, but pouring them, they all look
the same. I think this one might be the one in the middle. Oh. Wow. Think
It's a little aggressive over there, bud.
Glass 3, I just took a little whiff. I'm going to sit it down and wait. I'm not going to jump the gun. So I'm going back to glass 2. And I'm definitely getting a little bit
I'm still not getting no vanilla.
Really?
I'm trying, but
I'm not getting the
Did
vanilla.
you taste it yet?
I have.
You didn't get any vanilla at all?
No, glass 1 I got the vanilla.
Huh. I really don't get anything on the nose of 3. Maybe like a little bit of maple.
Yeah.
Yeah, still going back to glass 2. I don't get that vanilla. I'm trying, but it is like a dessert.
Yeah, really desserty. Wow. I didn't expect these 3 to be so similar. To be honest with you, that Maker's 46 cask strength I've had for a while, have not been a big fan of it.
Yeah.
I did notice when I poured it though, I did smell the bottle and it smelled fantastic.
Yeah. Like it took over the room when you opened it.
Oh,
I haven't drank French oak and thought it was very good at any point in time either.
French oak is for me. It's always been a mixer. Like any makers that I open outside of the BPE and those ones, it's always been mixers for me.
You know, when I was younger, I used to always drink Maker's Mark, like mix it at parties and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I got tired of drinking Captain Morgan and Jaeger bombs and all that stuff. So like I would show up I would be the one that showed up with
the makers.
With the makers, you know what I mean?
Outside the box.
Old people did it, so you know it's right. You know what I mean? So. And then like when I got into bourbon, when I actually like really started like drinking bourbon and trying different things and you know just exploring throughout the different ranges of products, my wife said, how come you never buy Makers? Because when we first got together, like I used to buy Makers a lot, like not that I was into bourbon when we got together or whatever, but like it's just different mixers. And she's like, Chris, you used to drink Makers all the time. What happened? And now I don't. I think I have a 5th at the house.
Yeah.
Just regular Makers, and that's really the only Makers I got.
I think glass.
If you want to afford a cellar age over here to drop a noose, emails in the description. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, we need that. We've been waiting on that one. Cellar age gonna come one day.
If there's anybody out there that is in a giving spirit, we'll take a size 10 ounce, please.
I went from 3 back to 1.
They're pretty similar.
One tasted similar but bitter to me.
That's what I'm saying. The oak, you get that bitter oak taste that doesn't linger.
Going back to 3 was a little more rounded. It wasn't as sweet as 1.
It's a little bit lighter.
But it was lighter. It wasn't as bitter.
Yeah.
And then I was going to go back to glass 2 real quick. I love the nose on glass 2.
Yeah, I think glass 1 is going to be the one in the middle. But for me, I think they're going to reverse how the lineup I have them is the reverse how I'm going to like them.
I'm starting to get the fruit on glass 2.
It's like an orange zest almost. Like,
yes.
The more I go back to it, I get like an orange zesty like.
To me, right, but I still get that vanilla. It's almost like a vanilla ice cream with like some orange zest on the top of it, which I know sounds really weird, but
it's like when you take a garnishment of an orange slice or whatever around your rim. That's kind of like what I'm picking up on.
Yeah, but I love how creamy and sweet and desserty glass 2 is.
Yeah.
Yeah, glass 2 is my favorite. I already know my number 1, but number 3, I don't get much on the nose. Like all these are kind of like there's no distinct notes that I pick up on all 3 of them, guys. Like
that Rook House.
I don't know if
smell on glass 2, like just smelling it. Now I'm starting to get that old dusty.
I haven't really drank since our last video either, so that may be throwing some stuff off too.
Glass 1 I went back to glass 1 and like the finish is just dry.
Yeah.
It dries the back of my throat.
It's too oaky.
Yeah, but I love oak. Like we had the Knob Creek 18 year, and I really liked it. But it's a sweet oak. This is a dry, almost like a sawdusty note on glass 1.
Like it has a hint of rye in there. You know how like that rye spice hit you in the dryness?
Yeah. But the spice, the burn goes away off the initial. It just, that bitterness just kind of lingers. So.
I think glass 3 to me is only slightly better than 1. 1 has a better nose, and it's better on the front of the palate. Glass 3 is better in the middle and the end for me.
Mm-hmm.
Glass 1, I don't get anything on the palate. The finish is very explosive. Like the finish, you get hit with a couple different flavor notes there, but
the ethanol is there on glass 3 for me. That's how I like it. And normally I'm not the hot guy, but for some reason it coats, and then that ethanol is kind of stick around. You get that, if you breathe through your nose, you get that little burn.
Yep.
So it kind of opens up your taste buds a bit. But I think I got my lineup, and mine is just going to be a reverse on how they were lined up to begin with.
You ready?
yeah.
So I guess
Least
everybody's
favorite?
least favorite is glass number 1, and that is the
Heart release. So that's the new one.
I told you.
What I will say is,
I told you I was gonna hate it if I was gonna be disappointed in it.
what I have been hearing though is, I have been hearing that the heart release gets better as it opens up. And I know that this was a fresh crack, but I mean, I figured even after it's sitting here for an hour that it would have helped it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it just needs to get past the shoulder and sit for a couple more months and see what happens. But not my favorite.
Yeah. Not at all. It's good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not my cup of tea.
What was your all?
I don't get
place?
chocolate at all.
No, I don't
get
either.
any chocolate on it.
What were the tasting notes? It says on the front are caramel, chocolate, maple. I got the maple,
I got
I got the maple for
and I
sure.
got oak, and that was really it.
I got more char than I did oak though. Like
That was the one I got a little bit of cherry on too.
number 2 for me is glass 3.
It is for me also.
Number 3 for me is glass 2. And
Wow,
it's
BEP.
46.
Oh, this is crazy.
So the maker's 46 for me.
So Chris and I picked the 46, and Sheldon picked the BEP.
So like I told you guys, if you're at this point in the video, never picked the French oak in anything.
It's funny because
And here we are.
that BEP I really liked. I had blinded it against all the other wood finishings at the house one day, and the BEP got second for me. One of my favorites was an early one.
The early one that I was saying about.
Yeah, I didn't think it was fair to bring that one since you can't find it. But the BEP, I always got that vanilla ice cream note, and today it was the 46, which I said I used to not like at all.
Yeah, but for me, the BEP, like I said, you get just enough burn, but at the same time, it coats and it goes down pretty smooth. So I definitely enjoy that one. The earlier ones were pretty good. I sat one out at a party, and I think it was gone within an hour. Like the guys sat at the table and they pretty much just went to town on it.
Yeah, that BEP is like chocolate and vanilla and oak. Not as bitter as glass 1, just a little lighter. It's a good pour. But the 46 is the cheapest, and 2 of us picked it as our favorite. So
you never know. Sometimes the palates align, sometimes they're different. That's why when I went on that glass 3, like it just opened up and everything was there just on the nose. So it's like the first one out of the 3, the nose actually matched the taste. But for the other 2, they kind of throw you off a little bit. I wonder if we went in reverse, if it would have been different, if this would have opened up our palate. Which I think a lot of time when they're that similar and they're supposed to have almost the same profile, if we had started here, we would have think different to glass 1.
that's a fair point. Starting on the right side and going left, it might have been different. The only thing that sucks is you never know which one is going to be which.
Because they're blind, but this could have opened up our palate because I feel like this has a higher proof than the rest of these.
I'm still not buying a 46, guys.
But on a finishing note, I think that in a month or so on a live stream, maybe we should revisit that heart release and see how it's changed.
I agree.
The 46, Chris, when they rechanged the label, I got talked into buying one because I never bought a 46 cask strength. I hated it the first 3 pours I had. Today I really liked it.
It's phenomenal. I enjoyed it today. I really
But
did.
you said it's phenomenal, but you ain't
Today,
gonna buy it.
I'm not gonna buy it.
That's cheaper than the other two.
It's the first time I've ever enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like, and we drank it several different times on the show, so I'm just it's gonna take more than one time to convince me, right?
All right.
So,
All right.
I wonder, like, what's the proof on that?
110.
110.
That
And
was
what's-
You didn't
110.
bring nowhere close to it.
yeah.
What's the
110, 111, 112.
What's the 2XO French oak? 90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the French 2XO.
But it's only $15 more for 20 more proof.
You should have went to the cash drink 2XO.
Dixon, hint. But there you have it, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed it. We look forward to bringing you all more stuff. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Again, dropping nukes, Brady the Great.